Mitro and Bandhuvo, welcome to South Asia Maps, the intellectual Kshatriya channel, an education channel. At South Asia Maps, your presenter J. Reddy will bring you the holistic integrated view of Bharat, its heritage and culture in the form of icons, maps and images. I have opened for you a playlist called Partition of India, Balkanization of India, Ulsterization of India, which was demanded by Saiful Islam, the sourceman of Islam, and consented by the Timorous Congress leadership. British didn't partition India, Islam partitioned India. In this series, I am presenting you part 18. And this is the title. Maya Ledi. Maya means something like imaginary, doesn't exist. Maya Ledi is a South Indian word. Lady means deer, like a chinkara. English translation is golden deer. Maya Ledi, golden deer. Sri Ram of Ramayana failed in chasing the Maya Ledi, golden deer, to please Devi Sita, Maithili, princess of Mithila. Similarly, in 1940s, Congress political party failed in chasing Hindu-Muslim unity, that is a golden deer, during the partition time. We would like to link all these things in a very fascinating way. What Sri Rama did at Treta Yuga, Congress party did. In both cases, both failed. Maya Ledi, golden deer, name is Maricha. He is a Rakshasa, a celestial, lesser level human being, Maricha. Here we are giving a political map of Pakistan, P for Punjab, A for Afghania, Sarihad, K for Kashmir, Sindh, Baluchistan, Congress Party, and Sri Ram. That is Partition of India series. Maya Ledi, golden deer. Sri Rama failed in chasing the golden deer in Ramayana to please Sita, and Congress party failed in chasing the Hindu-Muslim golden deer, Maya Ledi, during the partition time. This is the topic of today's discussion. And what happened after partition of India and Hindus lost 5 Subahs provinces, that is Baluchistan, Sindh, Paschim Punjab, Sarhad Subah, that is Khyber, and Purbi Bengal. Millions of Hindus, 6 were killed, Kafirs, and they were totally clinched, ethnically uprooted. Hindu intellectuals emerged and formulated doctrinal level. What is the root cause? British didn't partition India. India was partitioned by Saiful Islam's Islamic gangsterism, street rioting, which Congress couldn't tackle properly, genuflected, bent before the Saiful Islam, and consented and signed the partition document. That is the essence at very deeper ideological, philosophical level. 3 of these intellectuals are Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup ji and Maha Drishta Sitaram Goel ji and Mahagnani Dr. Koenraad Elst from Belgium. And they formed Voice. They are associated with VOI, Voice of India think tank, an intellectual movement led to Hindu awakening. These are called Trimurti in the forefront, defending the Hinduism, Buddhism, and native cultures, civilizations, which are under severe physical, ideological, intellectual attack from conversion-based ideologies of Islam, Christianity, European imperialism. And you can find in the forum and go over their works and more about them. Partition of India, Maya Ledi. So their ideology is, this is the India partition plan was already there in the Quranic ideology sanctioned by a godling of Arabia called Allah. Allah divides the man's entire geography, territory of the planet Earth into Darul means the land of Islam, Darul Harb, the land of enemies, or Harbis to be put to sword. Harb means talwar, sword. Whoever accepted or on whom this ideology forced called Momins, Mussalmans, rest Kafirs. And their civilization is enlightened civilization, Ilm, and other civilization is Jahiliyyah, darker period, ignorant period, uncivilized race. Here you can see Punjab, Afghania, Sarihad, Khyber, Kashmir, Sindh, Baluchistan for Pakistan. The word is a Persian, means pure, P-A-K. This is the land of Mumins, Allah's land. This is the land of Kafirs, non-believers, Subahs. So in Maya Ledi, what happens? You see, Maricha is a deer, golden deer, Maya Ledi. That is, when Rama was in exile in the Dandakaranya forest, Devi Sita one day saw the Maya Ledi, nothing but Maricha, son of Tataka, and asked him to get it. Rama said, golden deers never exist, but because Maithili Devi insisted, he went chasing it. Finally, Sita was abducted by Ravana. That is the story. So Maya Ledi, the golden deer or Chinkara, and this was taken the concept from H.V. Seshadri ji. He wrote a fascinating book. He was RSS chief, tragic story of partition. That is the Maya Ledi. And here the point is, as the Congress and Muslim League politics start growing after World War I, first Muslim League has 4 points, then they increase their demands more, then increase their demands 4 points, Lucknow-Pact 14 points. Congress denied them and start chasing the Hindu-Muslim unity, accepted their demand, gave the weightages in all the provincial assemblies to Muslims. That means in Uttar Pradesh, Muslims were around about 20%, but they were given 33% of the seats in the legislative assembly. In the central provinces, in Madras, Bombay, everywhere weightages. But where Muslims were majority, Kafirs were not given. And they guaranteed, the Congress agreed, a statutory majority. That means in the Sarhad Subah, in the British Punjab province, in Sindh, in Bengal, Muslim legislators were in statutory majority. That means they got the weightages, and they also got the weightages where they were in minority, and statutory majority where they got the statutory majority. Finally, partition, the genuflection. After partition, what happened? The Congress leadership and alienated rulers still chasing the same under secular garb, secular guise, and the Muslims were given the first class citizenship. De facto, they are the Mumins now. The Bharat is like a Mughal empire where Hindus are reduced to the status of dhimmis, just squatters on the land without any rights. Dhimmis. That means they were given the conversion right. The missionaries jumped it, and they're converting a lot of people and indoctrinating them, their theological dogmas, taking to madrasas, mosques, churches and seminaries, and planting them the alienated ideas, uprooting them the native culture. Conversion rights were given after partition. Writing rights were de facto recognized. Whenever they didn't like any of the laws, they can write in the street, and Hindus were asked to keep quiet or take the shelter under the constitutional laws or go to judges and so on. When their temples were destroyed, they asked to just appoint a committee and wait for the final their findings and so on. That means Islamic gangsterism started and de facto recognized by the political parties and ruling elites. Supporting these ideologies manufacture lot of artificial grievances thrown at Hindus, and all political parties are supporting their manufactured grievances. Hindus start realizing they are hewers of wood and drawers of water, where they're still in the majority in the truncated Bharat, and this is very, very important. You have to recognize. That is the part of partition of India. My Lady, Golden Deer, the story of Rama and Congress, Maricha, the Maya Lady, that is the Golden Deer. And we have a fascinating channel for you, and that is the South Asia Maps JRD, and I already added more than 150 presentations there. Please go there, and if you like the content, the way it is presented, and please subscribe them and put your comments. And these are the lot of slide presentations for you to peruse. And this particular presentation in partition series, excuse me for my allergies, I have opened a playlist called Partition 1947. There are nearly 20 already. I am going to add to that. These are some of the previous presentations in the partition. And see, the number 1, British didn't partition India, Islam partitioned. And number 2, Sisyphus syndrome means a fruitless, endless effort of Islamic appeasement. Sisyphus syndrome. Number 3, gainers and losers of partition of India. Who gained, who lost it. In the fourth one, elephant in the room. That means the very big serious problem is there. That is the Islamic problem. Islamic demography in the truncated India, partitioned India, that all the political parties, secular intellectuals, Macaulay intellectuals, Lutinites are just ignoring or asking you to look other side. I talked about that. That is the elephant in the room. 223 Muslim proselytes after partition India. What are going to do? What is your fate as a Kafir? The next number 4 is who drafted the Lahore resolution. Officially it was drafted by the Viceroy's Executive Council member Sir Zafarullah, a Punjabi from Sialkot district, Daska. But actually the original draft is present in the Quranic theology. It was drafted by the Quranic godling called Allah. I tried to connect both. You can look at them. Then partition of India. Who wrote the script? Who are the directors? Who are the actors in the partition drama? Who are the heroes in the partition drama? Who are the villains? Who are the projected villains? Who are the cameos? Who are the facilitators? So that you can see. Partition of Bharat also means a partition of South India attempt by Nizam Mir Usman Ali Khan, Allah Hadrat. His misjudgment, miscalculation, Operation Polo by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, part 8. The Bengali Mussal means subaltern, means subordinate. It is the Fazlul Haq, the Bengali premier, who introduced this Pakistan resolution at Punjab. That is the Punjabi Ghazis and Bengali subaltern Lahore resolution. Pakistan resolution, that is number 8. Number 9, Radcliffe line, that is a partition line, Allah's line, river Ravi line, river Bhagirathi Hooghly line follows the Quranic Allah's line. I link those connections. Next, partition of India. Pakistan resolution, Lahore resolution of 1940, March 23rd, in Lahore city, across Shadara, on River Ravi, in the Baridob, in the British Punjab province, in the Indo-Gangetic plains. Lahore resolution. The Nakal, the resolution is Nakal, means Xerox copy. Imitates Akal, the Allah's original draft of Quran, Hadith, Sharia, Tariq, and all those things. I mapped them. Then the sole spokesman of Allah Muhammad in Jazirat al-Arabia, that is Hejaz, similarities with the sole spokesman of Indian Mu'mins Mussalmans in South Asia, British India, Pakistan resolution. Next, I talked about people know in India, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, Muzaffarabad, Poonch, Mirpur, and so on. I compared that with Bengali Mussalman occupied Assam, BOA, that is Goalpara district, Kamrupa district, Nowang district, historic British district. Many now have become Muslim majority. Where do the Assamese Kafirs will go? You have to look at it. Next is 13. We talked about the Ghazwa is a war, Jihad is a war, subtleties, nuances, street riots is a form of Ghazwa. We mapped them. You can look at that. Next, partition of Gurdashpur district in the Barido, which is a 4 taluks, Pathankot, Batala, Gurdashpur, and Shakargarh. Shakargarh was sliced away by the sword of Islam, Saiful Islam, we talked about. Then we talked about in the eastern Assam province, Sylhet district, and certain taluks were sliced away and attached to the Purbi Bengal, that is East Bengal, that is East Pakistan, that is Mashriki Pakistan, we talked about. So you can look at them. Thank you very much, Mitram and Bandhuvam, joining me today. This is your presenter J. Reddy, talking about the partition of India, My Lady, Golden Deer. That is, Sri Ram failed in chasing Golden Deer in Ramayana. Congress party again failed in chasing the Hindu-Muslim unity during the partition time. See you later.